How you doing? This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. First of all, I'd like to thank Gal or Goth Lewis for subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much. And if you like my videos, please click on the like button. And I want to thank Open Lines Jerry for coming up with the hashtag Keep the Lights On. And this crowdfunding picture of a very sad looking me. George Senda, Bridges to Freedom. Well, there may be a bridge too far going on here. I only get so much a month. And after I pay my rent, I have to pay for the lights, for the internet, or my girlfriend's car insurance. A car that I don't drive very much, if at all. And I shouldn't be driving it, but there's times she's too tired or sick and I have to take over. And all my other bills. And the rubber band gets stretched. And sometimes it breaks. Well, it's broken. I took a trip to Sacramento. It cost me almost $200. The convention wasn't very good, and because I didn't get a ride up there, I threw out my back, my knee got swollen, and I had a horrible time. But I presented videos of my going there. I couldn't present much of the videos of the rooms where the speeches were going on because they're recording those. You're not allowed to record those because they sell those CDs. But presenting these videos to you, and I've done what I think is some great stuff. I've brought news of the Chilean earthquake when it broke. I beat CBS News by 7 minutes. Brought news of the Paris terrorist attacks. I brought news of the San Bernardino terrorist attacks, because that's exactly what they were yesterday. And I spent hours sitting in this chair updating and looking for updates and every bit of news I could find to bring it to you, with 3.5 hours of sleep, because it was important. And my iPad has news alerts in my Gmail, and they're sent to me every day, like this one. California massacre suspects. Well, I have trouble with that word. Somebody criticized me for my pronunciation and flubs. Well, I have a problem. My tooth here bites on the inside of my cheek, and the overbite isn't helping either. Left pipe bombs IED facility after killing 14. Now there are questions about those two guys, those two people, the man and the woman. But that's sent to me. I get stuff from Money News, I get stuff from Reuters, I get stuff from Yahoo, I get stuff from the NFL. Every day I get news alerts or stories. Even when I'm sleeping, the iPad's next to my head, plugged in, and it dings if there's a major breaking story, and I wake up and look at it, and sometimes it's financial news or someone dies, and I go back to sleep. Not that I don't care they die, but it's not important to get up. So anyway, the terror attacks in Paris, the terror attacks yesterday, they're not workplace violence, and they're not terrible global warming workplace violence. Chilean earthquake here in the Bay Area, 500 of them in San Ramon. UFO stories, Bigfoot stories, paranormal stories, weird stories, whatever I can find. I spend time looking for them, usually on my iPad in bed, sometimes in here, and I bring them to you. And I started doing that 4 years ago when I got sick with a very bad sinus infection, couldn't sleep, and saw the videos of Glendon Cameron, hi Glendon, and said, I can do that, looks like fun. I thought it would make enough money, not to make me rich, but enough to pay my monthly internet bill. Well, that hasn't worked out. I'm now getting from a site called Freedom enough to pay my bill for 1 month out of the year. And I have yet to get the first check from YouTube, because they pay you after you get 2,000 views and people click on the ads. Now, I've gotten some new videos that have hit 2,000 views, but they haven't earned any revenue yet. And then there's the other thing. Excuse me. I bought an iPad last year. I broke it. It fell. I didn't have it in the biographer. This is my new one. I'm making monthly payments of $45 a month to get a second iPad. And I'm afraid the screen on that one is going to go one day. It'll cost me $150 to fix the screen. And then you have this problem. This is Apple's iPad and iPhone 5 or 6, I'm not sure which one, charger cable. Now, they don't come like this out of the box, folks. No, no, no. But here's the problem. As you can see, maybe I can hold this still. What happens, you go to the Apple Store, it comes in your iPhone box, your iPad box, and it's a perfectly good cable for a while. And what happens, I didn't do this. The rubber pulls away from the wire, like this one does. Now, I broke part of this off. And I've even taped one on the one in the living room. But what happens here is this frays and eventually breaks. This will no longer charge my iPad. So I go down to the Apple Store, and I've already gotten 4 of these in a year. They gave me one for free, but every time I go get a new cable, it's $20. And it lasts about maybe 1 to 3 months. Then the rubber starts pulling apart. There's a class action suit filed 3 years ago on an earlier version of the iPad, but it applies to the iPad Air, the iPad Air 2, and presumably the new iPad that's bigger. That's going through the courts. I spend money on things like USB port here. Now, one problem Jerry mentioned, you couldn't hear me the other day. Well, I turned on the volume in YouTube, found out later that this wasn't connected, and there's a problem with Apple that periodically, and I didn't call Blue today, I have to do that tomorrow, periodically Apple won't recognize the Blue microphone. It won't record with it. And I've spent money on a new modem. I've spent money on USB, portable USB ports, Go cameras, money to take that monitor, mirror it to the Mac, so you see that on the screen. Or you could see, give me a moment. Where did I put him? I just had him a minute ago. There he is. You could see that. Detroit Lion. They're playing the Pack tonight. Or you could even see video going on in the background. But I'm not going to do that now. But all of this costs me money. It costs me time, it costs me effort, sometimes it costs me health and sleep. And I have a limited amount of money to work with every month. And once I pay my rent, it goes. So what I'm asking you subscribers to do, I have 245 of you. I know it's the holiday season. You have family and other obligations, work. You have to give Secret Santa presents at work. You have to give presents to your kids and your wife and your dogs and cats, your pets or whatever. But if you can, go to the Guy from Pittsburgh Paranormal News Forum. I'll put a link in the discussion area. Or you can just type the Guy from Pittsburgh on Google, and you'll find that paranormal forum. Excuse me. And there's a donate button to PayPal. If everybody on my channel were to donate $1, that's not much these days. You can't get much for $1 except you could get 4 packages of ramen or 4 cups of soup at Walmart for that. That would pay my internet bill for 4 months. That would pay my PG&E bill for 4 months. Having Kathy live with me for 4 months raised my electric bill, raised my food bill, raised gasoline that I had to give her money for. She doesn't turn off lights. She leaves them on. Drives me crazy. And it comes down to, do I pay the electric bill, do I pay the internet bill, or do I eat? Not that I could stand to lose some weight. I could. I also am paying for her cat food for her cat, and the cat litter, and the cat liners, cat box liners. Finally got her to pay for a bag of litter, a box of liners, but she's never paid for the dry food or the wet food that I have to feed Boop. And that's an expense too every month. So I need your help. If you want to help me keep going, keep presenting videos, for good or for bad. And I'm sorry, as one listener said, I kept making verbal flubs in the videos on San Bernardino, which is a hard thing for me to say to begin with. I had 3.5 hours sleep when that story broke, because a YouTuber who got my unlisted phone number and published it on YouTube called me and woke me up. Then he turned around and called me and woke me up yesterday. Not woke me up, but called me twice yesterday while I was doing videos. I've stopped that. My internet provider has blocked him. That's why the San Bernardinos, I'm so damn tired, and I was tired. Okay, if you can, go to my forum, go to the PayPal button, and donate what you can to help me out. This is not a permanent thing, although if you wanted to give me $5 a month, which isn't a lot, that would be great. If 4 guys did that, or 5, that would pay for a new iPad cable. If 15 people did that, that would pay for my PG&E bill and my internet bill every month. I'm not expecting that, but I do need some help. So you don't want to see the screen going from this or this to this. Here you go. So, hashtag keep the lights on and donate if you can. Have a great holiday. Enjoy your football tonight or whatever you're doing with your family and friends. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.